Hello and welcome to another episode of Laptop Retrospective, and today I'm expanding my toolkit with two keyboard tools from Kemove. So I've featured a keyboard or two from them in the past, and they reached out to me and said if I wanted some keyboard tools. And with the recent purchase of some new tools for the workspace, I figured, hey, what a great opportunity to get some new tools. This one right here, the Kemove Switch and Keycap Puller, the P10, is currently available and for sale for, I believe, 35 Canadian dollars on their website. It's the P10, comes in a variety of different colors. This one here, I believe, hasn't been released just yet, and that is a 4 keycap puller. So it allows you to pull 4 keycaps all at once. Very convenient if you're pretty much stripping out an entire keyboard and don't want to go through the trouble of doing each one at a time. So to me, I hope there's actually a future where these two are kind of bundled together or something, like they are here on the table, because I think that that would be just a smart move to make. So let's go ahead and unbox the 4 keycap puller first. It should be pretty straightforward based on the videos that I've seen. There is a manual in here that's just a single sheet of paper if you really need it, but I suspect that it will be pretty straightforward. And we've got just a little piece of plastic around the handle that's was holding the tension on that. Seems pretty flexible. I don't know what I was expecting, but we'll see what happens when we go ahead and go to use it. Really straightforward spring here in the middle that's pushing these two interlocking pieces apart, and it looks like this is fully disassemblable. The other one has some plastic shrink wrap, so we'll grab this little utility knife and open that up. Now, before I get too carried away, I should make it very clear that Kemove sent me both of these products for the production of this video. So while I'm not being financially compensated by the company, I did receive these products at no cost. That being said, you know, if you watch the channel, that my opinions and reviews always remain my own. We have a short kind of card, if you will, that explains in both English and in Chinese how this thing works. If I need it, it's there, but I'm kind of hoping that it's, you know, straightforward enough that I don't. So we've got the arms here for the keycap. They seem to flip out for storage, so that's pretty compact. Those are the gripping arms to grab the switch. Yeah, seems pretty straightforward. So let's take these to a keyboard and see what they're like to use. So first thing I'm going to do is try the 4 keycap grabber, and I'm going to go in for U, I, O, and P. So I'm just going to shove that in there, close it up, and pull. And yeah, that pretty much does exactly what you'd expect it to do. We'll do 7, 8, 9, and 0 next. Just shove it in there and pop. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it does exactly what it says on the tin. So as long as the price on it is good, then no trouble there. Now we'll move on to this guy. Got the arms. Yep. And that went sailing to the floor. I guess if you're looking for another reason as to why 4 keycap puller might be handy, is that you kind of maintain a little bit more control, or at least for me, when you're pulling those out. Now let's try the switch puller. So we've got that spring-loaded and ready to go, and we just essentially, I think, just push it down, and then it grabs the switch, and yeah, that is effortless. Wow. Yeah, no, effortless. And then you push the button, and pops the switch right out. That is something else. Let's try another one. Yep. Yeah, truly effortless on that. No question about it. Well, realistically, the only other thing that you would probably want beyond these two is just a switch opening tool if you need to swap out springs or relube or whatever. But I have to say, this seems to be pretty well built, and it's crazy easy to use. You just shove it down on the keyboard, pop it out, and it's going to fire that out ready for you to do whatever it is that you need to do. So I have to say that I haven't really done a whole lot of keyboard customization. I've enjoyed the keyboards kind of that I use like almost straight out of the box. And one of the reasons for that is because if you don't have the right tools, it can be a little cumbersome or intimidating to be like, oh goodness, now I gotta pull each individual keycap out. But if you had tools like that at your disposal, it makes what could be an all afternoon project take a couple of minutes. Now obviously these tools aren't going to be needed by the average Joe, but if you're even remotely serious about doing anything customizing keyboards, as cheesy as this looks, it's a time saver. Like, I cannot argue that, and it's really nice to be able to put the keycaps down all at once and not have to worry about these sorts of solutions, which, you know, they work and you can definitely use them on a variety of keycaps, but they always go flying. And call it a lack of experience on my part, but you're witnessing my authentic experience here, is that they are always going to go flying. You're always going to have to put them back, whereas with this guy you can just grab it and yank it. Now in the case of that enter key, it's a little hard to get in there just because of the size of the clip. It's really designed to be using 4 keys at a time, but even then, if you can line up enough of them, it's still pretty slick. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, it's one of those things where I can confidently say that these do exactly what they say on the tin. Whether or not you need them is going to be a decision entirely up to you, but I can certainly verify that they work. We do know the cost of this is about 35 Canadian dollars, depending on when it's on sale, but pretty well built, and if you're doing a lot of keyboards, that $35 in terms of your time is going to add up pretty quick, and it's just really, really easy and effortless to use. And while this may seem really simplistic, it does exactly what it says it does, and so long as it's released at a reasonable price point, then I would say that this is a pretty easy thing to recommend for your toolkit as well. If I was to nitpick, and this is very much a nitpick, some way to make this a little bit more transportable would be ideal. So when it comes out of the package, it has a piece of tape wrapped around here for shipping reasons. It would be nice if there was something built into the handle that didn't impact the durability of it. I don't know exactly what that would be. That would allow it to nestle together, so it could be put into a bag or something like that, because this is transportable. This, unless you come up with your own solution, isn't as transportable. I suppose you could just use the box that it came in because it's physically not going to take up too much more room than the packaging that it came in. But if that were the case, it would be neat, and again, this is at a cost, I'm sure, to manufacture the box in such a way that it was actually designed to reuse the box as its container, so you could, you know, pull it out almost effortlessly, like it was designed that way. So again, we're talking about a nitpick, but if there was a way that that could be done at minimal cost and at no durability loss to latch that together in some way for transportation and storage, that'd be ideal. Anyway, hope you enjoyed taking a look at this. I'm going to be adding these to the tools that I use on the channel in the near future. Hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.